Hello everyone, we're live today from Salt Lake City, Utah as the Angus Convention 2022 officially has got underway. We want to thank our friends at AgRisk Advisors for bringing you these live broadcasts from the convention here in Salt Lake. Again, they want to remind folks about the deadline for pasture, range, and forage insurance is coming up December 1st. Make sure and apply and enroll in that program. Visit agriskadvisors.com for more. And again, we're here on Facebook and of course on YouTube, bringing you live coverage from the trade show floor. Over 2,000 square feet of the latest and greatest innovations in technology that impact cattlemen and women out in the countryside. And as we make our way here through the Angus Connection booth, we're met here by Mr. Angus himself, Mr. Kurt Kangas with the American Angus Association, one of those outstanding regional reps that helps producers throughout the year. And of course, we are wrapping up 2022, Kurt. What was it like for the registered breeders this year and the Angus breed?
You know, in the fall and spring sales last year, the spring sales were pretty strong, all things considered. We're all aware of the drought. I think I've talked to you about that before. And, you know, there were some bulls left over after the sales, but I think most of those guys got those bulls moved. And so the optimism kind of flowed over in the summertime where we saw those outstanding video sales that probably far exceeded any of our expectations on what the market was going to be. And, you know, we've rolled through now October and had our female sales, the registered female sales, and those were outstanding. Right around 1,000 head of registered females sold, and on an average of right around $8,000. So that's a pretty strong sale. One of the best sales in the United States was actually up in Charlotte, Montana, and had a heck of a sale up there. So it really put Montana on the map for having outstanding female sales and just good maternal cattle.
So we're coming off of a high note of the 2022 bull season and that strong female market. When we're down here at convention, what are some of those opportunities that producers have attending this year's event, whether they're registered or commercial alike?
Well, we're going to have a lot of educational sessions, but I think the real value to coming into one of these things, and you know this as well as I do, is the opportunity for people to network with other breeders and have the opportunity to visit with people from around the country, get different perspectives. You know, a lot of people are dry right now, and a lot of people have different strategies to get around that, and it gives people the opportunity to visit and kind of commiserate or, you know, try to shed some optimism out there that this thing's going to be all right.
Now, we talk about that optimism. We are seeing that spread on heifers and steer calves on the commercial side of things really come together, and we're seeing a lack of cattle there in feedlot country, and really the packers are having to pay a lot of money there. So when we look at that enthusiasm from the cow-calf producer, what's on the minds of our Angus breeders here this fall as we look to wrapping up the year?
You know, fall season is always usually, by and large, a good sales season for the bull sales and the female sales. I think that the optimism remains. You know, last year was a pretty strong fall sale season. You know, if we could be around that average again, or maybe just a freckle better, I think people would be pretty happy. We all know the costs have increased on a lot of inputs, and that's going to be a concern that'll be on everybody's mind. Just got to mitigate those costs, and I think it should be a pretty darn good sale season. I know there's a lot of interest out there. A lot of guys kept cows. A lot of guys are buying replacement females right now. And the one nice thing about, you know, this region is that we export a lot of bulls all across the United States. Our cattle go just about into every state in the United States.
Now, again, we're here in Salt Lake City at the 2022 Angus Convention, and what are the numbers for this year's event attendee-wise? You know, we're kind of in the heart. A lot of producers can get here on one flight, and when I can fly from Great Falls, Montana, right into Salt Lake, I take that as a win any day and not have just Salt Lake be my connection hub. But what are we looking at registration-wise, Kurt?
You know, I think right now we're going to be right around 1,300 people are going to be attending the show, and we'll have some people obviously walking in that we don't account for, and we expect that. So hopefully right around 1,500 to 1,600 people. A lot of members, obviously, pretty member-centric organization. A lot of good friends out there, people that come here and look forward to these events to get a chance to visit with people.
And I should mention our friends at AgRisk Advisors who are helping bring you this coverage. Their booth is 647. We'll stop by and talk with them here later throughout the week. But Kurt, what is your overall favorite aspect of Angus Convention every year other than the bar? What is your favorite aspect of this event?
Well, it's hard to get around the bar, but you know the food's excellent. You know, it's all sponsored by Certified Angus Beef, and it's good product, and they really CAB tries to put their best foot forward on what they give us for food here. That's a highlight, and really I just like the opportunity to visit with people that I haven't seen. I see them about one time a year. I don't leave the region very often, and it's a lot of fun to catch up with people that I haven't seen.
Now there's going to be a football game tomorrow, Northern Arizona against Montana State University. He's got his Bobcat pin on there. I guess, what's the score going to be on that?
I don't like the Bullheads. I try to stay away from hedging on the Bobcats, but I project we should win that football game pretty handily. We're going to have a lot of guys back, and looking forward to having more guys back the next week and more guys back coming into Cat Grizz.
Well, go Bobcats as always, and I think Kurt is going to be streaming that from the Angus booth. I think he's getting a TV to come in here. But Kurt, thank you for joining us here, and we are kicking off Angus Convention 2022. And for our friends that are here around the region, fly down, drive in. Registration will be open. It's going to be a great event, and I'm looking forward to that panel tomorrow at the opening general session. A lot of just speakers that are movers and shakers in the industry. Make sure and visit angus.org for the full agenda of this year's event, and make sure and be following us here on Facebook and YouTube and all of Western Ag Network social media pages. We'll be bringing you live coverage from this year's event, again brought to you by AgRisk Advisors. That will do it for this update from the convention here in Salt Lake City at the Salt Palace. For the Western Ag Network, I'm Lane Nordlund.